Hello everyone, we're going to continue lesson 16. We just left off on bubble 7 in the first video, so we're going to go ahead and finish up bubble 7 and move on to the last couple of activities. So here we had left off, and I actually, sorry, I just changed it. So I actually, in the previous bubble, I had this mixer.x, but that should actually say mixer.y. So make sure that this second block says mixer.y. All right, before we continue, make that correction. If you followed what I was doing in the last video, I made a little mistake. Mixer.x, mixer.y. Okay, now for random number, we need to change the range here because if we run our program, our blender is going to be shaking up in the wrong direction, so in the wrong position. So let's take a look at what we need to change here. Mixer.x. If we look at blender.x, blender.x uses random number between 95 and 105. The starting position for blender.x is 100. So it did 5 less than and 5 greater than the starting x position. So for the mixer x coordinate is 300. So let's do 5 less than and 5 greater than, which means that we use 295 and 305. Mixer.y, the y coordinate is 300, so we're going to do the same thing. 5 less than, so 295, and 5 greater than 305. So now when my mouse is on the left side, when the world mouse x position is less than 200, so that means the left side, it's going to shake the blender. Otherwise, when it's on the right side, it's going to shake the mixer. Right? Let's go ahead and try it out. And here we go. We'll be back and forth. There we go. All right. That is it for bubble 7. Let's continue on to bubble 8. I don't know what this little, sorry. Okay. Bubble 8, activity A. Bubble 8, activity A. Ladybug. This ladybug should only move when the mouse is near the bottom of the screen. You're going to use a conditional and make sure the ladybug only moves when the mouse is near the bottom of the screen. Do this. Use an if block to check whether the position of world.mousey is below a certain point. Add code using the counter pattern to increase bug.x to make it move. The bug should only move if the mouse pointer is near the bottom of the screen. Okay, it's repeating the instructions over and over. So we need a condition that is going to make the mouse move when our mouse, make the ladybug move when the mouse is below a certain point. So here we have our scene. Once the mouse is about in this area, like where the grass is, then the ladybug should move. So we need to look at the y coordinate. So when the y coordinate of the mouse gets below, right about here, if you look at the y coordinate, that's about 350. So once the mouse goes past that point, the y coordinate is greater than 350. So when the y coordinate of our mouse is greater than 350, then we want the ladybug to move, right? So let's go ahead and grab our if statement. Since we only want one thing to happen, like our one response, then we only need if. We're not doing if else. If else would be like the ladybug moves to the left when the mouse is down, and then otherwise it moves to the right. In this case, when we move the mouse up, we just want the ladybug to stop, which will happen as soon as with just the if statement. So go ahead and grab that if statement. And again, we're checking for if the mouse y position is greater than 350, right? All these numbers on here are greater than 350. Then we want the mouse to move. So greater than, we need world.mousey and 350. If it's greater than 350, then we want the ladybug to move to the left. How do we make a sprite move to the left? You might have said something along the lines of, we need sprite.x and the minus operator, the subtraction operator. So let's go ahead and use those blocks. Sprite.x. This is called bug, right? Our variable is called bug. And we need the minus operator, the subtraction operator. Sprite.x again, bug, and subtracting whatever you want. I'll go with 3. So when my mouse is on the bottom, right now it's at the top, nothing's happening. But once the Y position, if you focus on the Y coordinate down here, once the Y position is greater than 350, we're approaching 300, 320, 330, 340. It's at 350, so that's not greater than. As soon as I hit 351, my 352, the ladybug moves. Move away, move down, move away, move down. There it goes. Bye, ladybug. All right, go ahead and click finish. Continue. I decided that activity B would be optional, but if you would like to do activity B, you want to check your work, I will go ahead and quickly go over that. Okay. Ghost moving with the mouse. In this level, you will make the ghost move either left or right depending on the position of the mouse pointer. In the example shown, if the mouse pointer is on the left, the ghost moves left. If the opposite is also true. So if it's on the right, it'll move to the right. Write at least 2 if statements to check for the location of the mouse. Make the ghost move in a different direction for each mouse location. So basically, when our mouse is in this section of the screen, then we want the ghost to go to the left. When our mouse is on the right side of the screen, then we want our mouse to go to the right. So let's go ahead and add an if statement. And here, let's go ahead and work with making the mouse move to the left. So if the mouse, let's go ahead and, let's say if the mouse is anywhere between x equals 0 and x equals 100, up to 100 right here, then the ghost is going to move to the left. So if sprite.x is less than 100, you can use less than or equal to. If sprite.x less than 100, this is our ghost. So if ghost, oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong block. If our mouse x coordinate is less than 100, I need the less than symbol. All right, if our mouse x coordinate is less than 100, then we want the ghost to move to the left, and that's already here. It's the block with the minus. Grab that, drop it in there. And now we need to do the same thing, but for our mouse being on the right side. So if our mouse is past, let's say the 300 point mark right here, this section, if the x coordinate of our mouse is greater than 300, then the ghost should move to the right. So we need another if statement. We need the greater than symbol. World mouse x, right, we're looking at the x coordinate. If the x coordinate of our mouse is greater than 300, move the ghost to the right, which is going to be this next block. That's already there. This is already there. Reset and run. Okay, so my mouse is in the middle. Nothing's happening because it's between 100 and 300 and nothing happens there. But once my mouse is less than 100, there goes the ghost, and here it comes again. All right, you're welcome to change the values here if you want. Maybe 150 and 250 instead, it's up to you. Or you can say if it's less than 200 and greater than 200. So that'll be exactly down the middle. All right, go ahead and click finish. And we're going to do the last one. Fix the program. This program should only shake the creature when the mouse is pressed and only show directions when the mouse is not pressed. Do this. Change the code so that the creature only shakes when the mouse is pressed. Change the code so the directions only show when the user is not pressing the mouse. So here we're going to need an if-else statement. If the mouse is pressed, shake the creature. Otherwise or else, show the instructions. Okay? So grab that if-else block. I'm going to drop it at the bottom of my draw loop. Excuse me. So if the mouse is pressed, so if mouse down, shake the creature. Luckily, that line of code is already created for us right here. Shake the sprite when the mouse is pressed. So I'm just going to grab these and put them in here. You don't need to grab the comment. I did it just, for organization purposes. So if mouse down, shake the sprite. Otherwise, when the mouse is not down, we're going to display the instructions. So these blocks here, I'm going to move into the else section. You can move them one at a time, or you can go next to a block and click and drag, and it'll highlight the blocks at the same time. Then you can move multiple at a time. My face is in the way. I guess I can move my face for a second. There you go. So again, we just moved blocks around. We added the if-else block and the mouse down block, but the rest of it, we just moved it in there. So now if my mouse is pressed down, then the creature starts to shake and the instructions disappear. When I let go, otherwise, the creature stops shaking and the instructions appear, right? Pressing my mouse, otherwise, pressing my mouse, else. Okay, and there you have it. That was bubble 9 for lesson 16. Bubble 10 is an optional challenge for those of you in my class, so I will not be going into that. But if you have any questions, just like always, feel free to message me on Schoology or let me know in class that you have questions, right? Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.